I think there's so many companies doing so many different things. Like we've said a lot about B Corps and B Lab, but there's companies that are just practicing stakeholder capitalism as their own. There are also companies that are exiting different ways. There's companies that are doing a sale to their employees or to an employee trust. There's a new concept of exit to community. And so there's all these vehicles out there that have been used in little bits and pieces here and there. Publix has been an employee stock company for decades. So the model was there. It's just how does it get adapted and used, and has it become more widely spread? And so I think that's the work we're trying to do with the Institute, is really creating an umbrella and language for all of these different ideas, whether it's B Corp, conscious capitalism, employee ownership, social, whatever it is, having language to go, oh, this is design thinking in economics. And, here's the tenets that they hit. And so it's really coming up with that vernacular and then raising awareness that economics, as it's been over the last 50 years, has a lot of flaws that the institution itself doesn't want to address, because a lot of different arguments fall apart when they do. And so it's how do we build a better mousetrap for economics, or an economic system outside of mainstream economic thinking.
Interesting. So do you believe you can operationalize it? Because if it's treated like an algorithm, and if there's a set of things that have to be done, if there's a roadmap to follow,
Yeah.
then let's assume that we get enough people to generate data to prove that there's a direct relationship with installing or enabling these different things that need to happen with, look how much market share this company now has, look at their happiness index of their employees or the happiness index of their consumers. Do you think that's going to generate enough traction where it's going to become the new norm?
I believe it will. And I believe with enough people talking about it, with enough businesses setting the example, with enough transactions happening, their exits to community or employees that are different than, just a private equity fund coming in. The more those stories told, the more other entrepreneurs and business founders will want to take that path. So I think that that's a big part of it, is telling the story. And I do think a lot of companies that are doing that good work don't talk about it enough yet.
Mr.
We get
Marketer brain
what?
talking.
A lot of it. No, it's the humble business owner.
For sure.
We're doing this. We're focused on this. This is the thing. We treat our workers well. But the thing is the bad influencers are talking a lot, and so the good ones need to start talking up. I think Simon Sinek recently, Jack Welch is Simon's long-term goal as a influencer is to, and I won't even use the word, is to undo all the damage Jack Welch did with GE. And it really is this. We still have this rank and yank philosophy that fire your bottom 10%, make people compete against each other for this. And when you look at it, Jack Welch wanted to build the most valuable company on the planet. 20 years after he left, the GE doesn't exist as an independent company anymore. The light bulbs are owned in Europe. Engines are made in South America. There is no GE. His pursuit of being the most profitable company left them holding a big portion of the financial fallout from home equity defaults in the financial crisis, because GE learned that they could make more money financing washing machines instead of making washing machines. And yet we still celebrate Jack Welch as this amazing CEO. And I mean, it's sliding in reputation, but there is no counterbalance business owner right now. And I think that's anybody, that's looking. We need a Jack Welch of the B Corp model to be that boisterous, that loud, that out there, that forward, to be, how do we train people to do this? Because that's part of it. People went to GE to get trained on how to be an executive.
Yeah.
He took that infrastructure and turned it into this kind of yank and rank system.
Yeah.
So I think we need that advocacy from inside.
That's so true.